This is the Structure and Links assignment. I'm Professor Marty, and we'll go through some of the techniques we've learned in this module. I'll let you handle the basic HTML, but first I'd like to cover the structural HTML, links, and some general housekeeping. The first thing to do is create a new folder called Structure and Links. Make sure to use underscores for the spaces, and put the starter text file in it. Then open VS Code and set this as the working folder. Click on the text file in the Explorer pane on the left, and let's take a look. All the text we need for all 3 pages is in this file. So now let's create those HTML files. There are a few sections for each file we need to create. We'll start with index.html. So we'll copy that file name, and then we'll go over to the Explorer, create a new file, and paste that name in. Go back to the text file, copy syntax.html, click the New File button, and paste. Go once again to the text file, copy attributes.html, click the New File button, and paste. Before we paste in all that content, let's set up a template. Each page will have a header with navigation and a footer with a few bits of information. The important thing is that all of this will be the same for each page. The only thing that will change is the title and the H1 for each web page. Start with index.html. Set the doc type to HTML. Then begin with the HTML tag and set the language to English. Next comes the head section. Code a meta tag to set the character set to UTF-8. Add a title. Each of them will be different, so we'll type blank for now. Now start the body section and code a header. Inside the header should go an H1 and a nav. Each page will have a different H1, so type blank for that. We'll set up the nav with some text from the starting file. Grab those 3 lines, home, syntax, and attributes, and copy them and then paste into the index.html file. Wrap them as an unordered list, UL, and then use the multiple cursors trick to wrap each line as a list item, LI. Now we need to link each LI to its respective page. Select Home and wrap that in an anchor tag, A. For the href, we want it to go to index.html. Do the same for syntax. It goes to syntax.html. And attributes goes to attributes.html. That's all we need to do for a fully functional header section. All the content for each page will go in a main section. So set that up and leave some space to paste the text. Now, at the bottom of the page, code a footer. Each page should include a copyright notice, an email link, and a link to the top of the page. Go to the starter text file and code the copyright notice line. Type a P tag and then paste. We need to add the copyright symbol before the year. Type ampersand, copy, semicolon. The copyright line is not the most important thing on the page, so one way to distinguish it is to make it smaller. Select and wrap that line in the small tag. Now break the line with a BR and type email. Wrap the email with an anchor tag. Since you want this to open a mail application, you need to specify a mail to and then your student email in the href. I'll type mail to my.martin.pfeiffer@canyons.edu. Professors use canyons.edu. As a student, your email address probably ends with my.canyons.edu. Instead of putting an HTML comment at the top of the file, we'll do this to identify these pages as your work. So make sure to use your correct student email. Now, let's create a link that lets the user go back to the top of the page. Start a new paragraph with another p tag and type top of page. Now we'll wrap that in an anchor tag, A, and use a special href attribute of #top. This will work in all modern web browsers without any specific setup for that ID, but just to be safe, we'll assign an ID of top to the body tag. All this text will be the same on every page, so press Ctrl or Command A to select everything in the index.html template, then Ctrl or Command C to copy it to the clipboard. In the Explorer pane, select the syntax page and paste in your code. Do the same for the attributes page. Now we're all set to copy and paste the content for each page from the starter file. Let's start with the index.html. Paste that text into the main section. Cut HTML5 and paste it into the blank text in the title and H1. Then code the H2 and P tags for the rest of the text. Wrap each H2 and its text in a section tag. There's some more fancy formatting to do on this page, but I'll let you do that on your own. See the assignment page to make sure your page looks the same. Copy the content for the HTML syntax from the starter text file and paste it into syntax.html where it belongs, in the main section. Repeat the steps of cutting and pasting into the blank text for the title and H1 with HTML syntax. Wrap the rest of the text in either H2 or P tags. And then wrap that in a section. There's one thing to take care of here. Notice the little box around the apostrophe for its? That shows there is a symbol in our HTML that might confuse a web server that isn't configured to expect Unicode encoded text files. Just to be safe, we'll replace it with an HTML entity code. Select the symbol and type an ampersand RSQUO semicolon. That stands for right single quote. Rinse and repeat for HTML5 attributes. Copy the content from the starter text file and paste it into attributes.html in the main section. Repeat the steps of cutting and pasting the blank text for the title and H1 with the HTML5 attributes. Wrap the rest of the text in either H2 or P tags. And then wrap that in a section. It's common practice to properly code your page so that a web browser opens a new tab when a link will take a viewer off your site. You can do that by adding an attribute to the anchor A tag. There are two organizations we'd like to link to on the index.html page. We'll do the first one together. Select the World Wide Web Consortium, W3C, text and wrap it in an anchor tag. The href will be https://w3.org. Add the target attribute and set it to _blank. Refer to the instructions for the other web page you need to link to. There's still more to do on this page, but it's all stuff you've done before. Review the assignment page for the details. In the end, it should look like this. Once you've completed your site, zip the folder with your HTML and text files and submit it. I look forward to seeing your work.